Oh, what's going on, guys? It's Troydan here. And today, we got 10 of the most unbelievable facts in the NBA. I got an unbelievable factor. Maybe it's believable, but Manute Bol used to play basketball in the NBA drunk. That's right. He was always drunk. I don't remember where I heard it, but I think it's true. Rest in peace to the great one. Regardless, I have not seen this. Let's find out. Unbelievable facts. 3, 2, 1. Link in the description below. Make sure to sub go.
The NBA League is 75 years old, and it's a league where amazing happens. But it's also a league where the unexpected happens as well. And over the years, we have seen some unbelievable stat lines, broken records, and superstars achieving astonishing feats.
Yes.
Here are the most unusual NBA facts.
What do we got? All right.
Steph Curry hit more threes in 2 seasons than Larry Bird in his entire career. Larry Bird came to the league in 1979.
I believe that.
The same year the NBA instituted the three-point shot. In the NBA Finals that season,
Steph Curry liked to shoot.
Los Angeles Lakers played the Philadelphia 76ers. Both teams made only 1 three-pointer out of 20 combined attempts in 6 games played.
Wow.
40 years later, in 6 games of the 2020 NBA Finals, the Miami Heat and the LA Lakers hit a total of 153 threes out of 428 attempts.
I'm pausing just for a second. I always thought about this. If you could go back, or if you could take a player from today and send them to like 1950 NBA, who would be the most fun and entertaining to send back? Would it be like a Steph Curry? Or would it be like, I think LeBron, or send Giannis, the Greek Freak. That would be fun as well. There'd be a lot of Shaq. You know how fun it'd be to see Shaquille. Sorry, I'm having too much fun.
Larry Bird, who was considered the king of shooters for a long time,
Taco Fall
had hit only 649 threes in his entire 12-year NBA career. Steph Curry, who has since taken over that proverbial throne, made 688 just in his 2 MVP seasons.
It
just shows how the game has evolved and how much emphasis there is on the three-pointers.
They didn't even have a three-pointer at one point.
MJ has the worst record in a three-point shooting competition.
What?
Entering the 90s, Jordan was the biggest star in the league and was already considered the most complete basketball player ever. Despite all the high-flying dunks and electrifying highlights, MJ had one weakness. He was never a great outside shooter, and he had hit exactly 58 threes the first 5 years of his NBA career, with a minuscule 20% success rate. But in the 1989-1990 season, things started to look up, and Jordan shot an excellent 39% behind the arc before the All-Star break. He decided it was time to break the narrative that he's not a good shooter and to put his name in the three-point shooting contest.
Hold on. Michael Jack Jordan was in a three-point contest? I didn't know this.
Unfortunately for him, he only made his narrative louder, as he had hit only 5 shots out of 25, which remains the worst result ever in a three-point shooting contest.
That's poopy.
Utah
I didn't know
Jazz
that.
won the game after a 36-point deficit.
What?
On November 27th, 1996, when Utah played against Denver, it seemed that it would be one of the longest and most unpleasant nights to be a Jazz fan. Stockton and Malone trailed the Nuggets by a whopping 30.
Can we take this guy out of history? Can we do that?
6 points, as the scoreboard showed an almost
12.
unreal 70-34
13.
score in the first half. I'm sure that Jerry Sloan gave them a good ribbing in the locker room, and it worked, as the roles were reversed in the second half.
Probably threatened to tell
the Nuggets
everyone about Malone's secret. That's probably what he did. He said, Malone, you don't win. I'm going to tell everyone you diddle the kid.
It was the biggest comeback ever, as there was only one other comeback in NBA history of at least 30 points. Playing for 12 NBA teams. With 10 trades in his career, Trevor Ariza made history during the 2020 offseason as a player who has been traded the most times in NBA history. But because Ariza hasn't even suited up for some of the teams he's been traded to, and because he was traded to the same teams,
he get passed around, dude.
He's played for a total of 9 franchises, which is 3 shy of an NBA record. Chucky Brown, Jim Jackson, Tony Mossenberg, and Joe Smith were 4 players who share the unflattering record of playing for 12 different teams. And are a true embodiment of the term journeyman. Dennis Rodman.
That's interesting. I remember Trevor Ariza when he was a Laker, dude. Had so much promise. I didn't realize he was getting passed around like that. I hope he finds a home.
Games with 0 points and 20-plus rebounds.
Really?
Some say that Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain are the best rebounders ever, but people who are looking at numbers through more context will all agree that there hasn't been a rebounder better than the Worm, Dennis Rodman. While Russell and Wilt played almost 48 minutes a night, with the fastest pace and lowest field goal percentage in league history, Dennis led the league in rebounding for 7 straight years, while averaging 35 minutes a night.
He also
The era
dressed
where
like a
the
woman.
pace was much slower.
A lot.
Rodman was one of the most unique characters in
Still
league
does.
history, both on and off the court. But you always knew what you were going to get out of him. He wasn't going to be on time and sober all the time, and he won't care about
Sober?
scoring the ball.
Was he drunk a lot?
But you know that he's going to play suffocating defense, and that
He
he's
drunk a-
going to
I didn't know he drank a lot
out-rebound
in the
every
game.
7-footer out there, even though he's only 6'7". There have been a total
Greatest
of 10
rebounder,
games
one of the
with
greatest.
0 points and 20-plus boards in NBA history.
He don't need to score.
And Rodman had 7 of them. He holds the record with 28 rebounds without a point. And he even had a game with 20 rebounds without a single field goal attempt. LeBron is the
Whoa,
only
why
player
bother? You got Mikal Jordan and Scottie Pippen. You may as well just cast the rock. Why not?
who averaged 25 points per game for 16 straight seasons.
Jesus. Really?
As the old saying goes, the best ability is availability. And there haven't been many players in the NBA that embody this saying more
He's pretty
than
good.
LeBron James. The
I
King
think he's
has never
coming into
suffered
his
a
prime.
serious injury in his career. And because he invests more than $1 million a year to keep his body in shape,
Steroids.
he's
Steroids.
still widely considered as the best player in the world at the age of 36.
Yeah.
And even-
LeBron never gets injured. He never is injured. I mean, if he does, it's like 1-2 games or something. He's never been out for like a long time. Do you think he's on the juice? Yes or no?
Though he's a natural passer who averages more than 7 assists per game, he has a great chance to become the NBA's all-time leading scorer.
Maybe.
He currently sits in third place behind Karl Malone and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But if he
I don't
stays
think he's
healthy,
catching Kareem.
James will likely surpass both of them in the upcoming
I don't think
years.
he will. I don't think he will.
LeBron is the only player in NBA history to average over 25 points in 16 seasons.
Bop.
And he did it in every year except his rookie year. No other player has more than 12 seasons averaging over 25. Not bad for a
Yanks, Lonzo, Ball soon. Zion.
pass first player, right?
He's coming.
In
He's young.
2016-2017, if Russell Westbrook had 30, 10, and 10 in a game, his averages would go down.
Damn.
With Russell Westbrook, there is no in-between. He's
King
either
of the stat
adored
pack.
or hated by the fans. And when he's on the court,
Woo!
he has no friends and always goes 100 miles an hour. In 2016, after Kevin Durant decided Russ was not going to be in his next chapter,
Ouch.
Westbrook went berserk. He played like a man possessed, and against all odds, he single-handedly willed his team to the playoffs.
You could say that Russell Wilson played with a boner. I just called him Russell Wilson. Never mind. Just ignore everything
He
I'm
did
about to
it
say.
in a spectacular fashion by averaging a triple-double for the whole
Blew
season,
my joke.
something that hasn't been done since Oscar Robertson in the 60s. Russ averaged 31.6 points, 10.7 rebounds, and 10.4 assists, which means that if he had 30, 10, and 10 splits in one game, his season averages would actually go down, which is bonkers.
Bonkers,
10-game
babe.
winning and losing streaks.
Sorry. I smell alcohol. Oh, it's Jason. Hi. Hey, buddy. How you doing? You don't drive today because statistics say you're intoxicated. Statistics say
in
that.
one season. 10-game winning streaks happen almost every NBA season, and so do the 10-game losing streaks. But to manage both within the same year, that's something special, and it has been done only once, by the Phoenix Suns in 1996-1997. The Suns opened the season with 13 straight losses, after which they acquired
Rough.
Jason Kidd from the Dallas Mavericks. But he got injured in his first game as a Sun.
That's
When he
tough.
returned, he led the team to a miraculous run, which included a 10-game win streak and pushed the Suns to the playoffs as the 7th seed. And even though he was one of the best point guards ever, Kidd became an owner of one negative record as a member of the Suns. In a game against the Knicks in 2000,
Drunk?
Jason turned the ball over 14 times.
Damn,
which
he
is a
was
record
drunk.
That still stands today.
The drunk game.
MJ
Jason's
never
drunk
lost
game.
3 games in a row in the 90s.
Wow.
Michael Jordan was a freak of nature,
Really?
and as soon as he stepped a foot into the league,
That's kinda
he
crazy.
had already been its most talented player. However, despite all the individual accolades and redefining endorsement deals for athletes, MJ never enjoyed playoff success in the 80s. It took Jordan 4 years to win his first playoff series, and once he did that, he got his bottom kicked by the Pistons for 3 straight years. But in the 90s, it was a whole different story. With Phil Jackson as head coach
Philly.
and the emergence of Scottie Pippen, the Bulls three-peated twice, and Jordan cultivated the aura of invincibility,
Woo, God.
going 6
It
out
was
of
a glitch,
6 in the
man. Look at
finals.
this.
Since the year 1990, the Bulls never lost 3 games in a row with Jordan in the lineup, which is just one of the many testaments to his greatness.
Very good
Scoring
player.
over 100 points for nearly 2 years straight.
Huh?
The Denver Nuggets are the epitome of run-and-gun basketball. Multiple iterations of the Nuggets were score first, play defense later, or never. And they produced some of the most attractive basketball teams ever. The Alex English and Kiki Vandeweghe era in the 80s
They're not attractive.
was succeeded by equally potent
Kelly
run and gun in
Oubre,
the
though,
90s,
succulent.
with the coach Paul Westhead, while the 2000s Nuggets gave us Carmelo, Iverson, and J.R. Smith, all shooting away without conscience and with optional defense. Their current squad, with Jokic and Murray, is also more offense-oriented.
Movie man.
And because run and gun has always been the theme in Denver, it's not surprising that they own several NBA records for points. The highest scoring game in NBA history was the 186-184 triple overtime outing between the
184 to
Nuggets and the
186?
Pistons in 1983. The highest scoring regular season game with no overtime
Donald
was
Trump?
between the Warriors and the Nuggets in 1990, where Golden State defeated Denver 162-158.
That's a high
And maybe the
scoring
most
game, too.
unusual Nuggets record is the 136-game streak of scoring more than 100 points in a game, which started
That's a
on
lot.
January 21st, 1981, and ended December 8th,
That's a lot.
1982.
I didn't realize that
Almost
existed.
2 years later. In comparison, in the last 25 years, there hasn't been a 100-plus scoring streak longer than 37 games.
Huh. Interesting. I learned some things today. I definitely did. I still think there's some more unbelievable facts that maybe they won't mention. Malone. Maybe that's believable now. I just want to point out that Karl Malone touched a kid. That's all. Guys, if you get a video like for me to watch or react to, you can tweet me at Troydan under the hashtag TroydanReacts. Thank you for watching, and kids, stay away from the mailman.